Greetings, African family. Greetings, family, the global community, my fellow Jamaicans around the world. Greet you in the spirit of Pan-Africanism. This episode of Clear Thinking is devoted and dedicated to the impact of Hurricane Melissa on the island of Jamaica, the island of my birth. Yes, my people, as we all are aware by now, Hurricane Melissa have had a devastating impact on my home country, my country of birth, Jamaica. I'm saddened, my people, by the level of destruction and devastation that I've seen. And I just want to thank everyone who have reached out, who have sent their support, who remember Jamaica in this time. And my people, this is a time where we truly see some devastation amongst our family. And this is the time when Jamaica and Jamaicans need your support. As I go through some of these images, I am just reminded of the devastation that have hit our country. When you look at here, look at the people on the ground, and look at the devastation of the place. It's just sheer desperation at this moment, my people. When you look at the level of destruction that have reached Jamaica, it's unimaginable what has happened here. This is the epicenter of the hurricane itself. This was in Jamaica, down in Black River, a parish of called St. Elizabeth, and this is where the hurricane made landfall, the first contact with Jamaica as a full-blown Category 5 hurricane, and it left catastrophic damage. As you have seen, there's many videos floating around, but one of the first video that really got my attention was when they flew over the devastated area, and you can see the impact of what has happened. It is truly apocalyptic what has taken place in that parish of St. Elizabeth. And as you can see here, my people, this is the area called Black River, where it came in. And as you can see, the building, every building has been touched. Almost every roof have had some damage. There's utter devastation. This in the middle here used to be a school. I don't know if you can see that. There used to be a school there, flattened. And all over here, these debris, these are buildings next door to it, all been flattened. And as you have seen from many of the aerial pictures, them is utter devastation all across that region that was hit directly by this powerful storm. And I'm telling you, my people, some of the stories that has come out from this scene, and a lot of these people did not go to the shelter. And I want to say that I was monitoring the storm from the beginning, when the storm was announced, when it was out in the Caribbean Sea, and the government reached out to the population to get them prepared. And matter of fact, the government had a office of disaster preparedness and emergency management in place to deal with and to process this type of damage for the population. And they done all they could. As an observer, as an impartial observer, as somebody who's very critical of these neo-colonial governments, I was very impressed with the level of preparedness that they did. They didn't spare any expense to get the people ready to prepare all of the shelters for the people and to get them into safe places. But Jamaican people are very stubborn and they're very resilient. And many did not take up the call to go into shelters, to seek refuge. Many of them decided to stay home. And as a result, many were injured. Some have lost their lives because, as you can see from these images from the top, from the aerial views, a lot of these buildings were damaged. The wind speed was too much, and a lot of people lost almost everything. The same property that it was staying behind to preserve and to protect, they lost it all in the end. And but we're thankful that a lot of people didn't lose their life. You know, we didn't have a major casualty, fatality, loss of life. Somehow Jamaicans have protected themselves, protected their personal life, but they couldn't protect their property. No matter how they tried, the property got destroyed. And as we can see, this is the very barrier where the sea and the land meet. Those are concrete slabs there that are supposed to be wall barriers. They was just broken down by the hurricane. As you can see, it didn't stand a chance. The power of the hurricane was just too much, and it devastated that area. But we as Jamaicans, we tend to don't think that it's going to happen. We think that somehow we're going to be spared. It's not going to be as bad, because in the past we've had a hurricane that came and it never hit so hard. So we thought this one of them ones where you can just ride it out. You know, with a strong like that. We just want to ride it out. But unfortunately, this was the real deal. This was a catastrophic hurricane, and it did tremendous amount of damage. If you look here, all across the coastline here, these properties, they have been destroyed. Utter destruction for my country. A significant portion of my country in the west, from St. Elizabeth to Westmoreland to Manchester. You go up to Falmouth, you go up to St. James, even St. Anne. A lot of those regions have been devastated. The people, I mean, all across the island, there's been some type of damage of some sort. But this particular area is where it was hit the hardest. And this was a church, I think it was an Anglican church we're looking at here. It's been reduced to rumbles. And this has been broadcast a lot in the media. You may have seen it. And along the path of the hurricane, it just more death and destruction as it goes on. And you can see all these fancy buildings, all the roofs have been taken off. All those debris have been littered all over the floor, all over the road, all across the parish. So, my people, as you can see, the devastation in Jamaica is real, it's significant, and the populations are hurt. I listened to some people tell their story of how they survived the storm, of how they had to endure, and it broke my heart. Many of them make me want to cry. When I hear the pain and the tribulation they had to go through, it really brings tears to my eyes. And I consider myself very strong, but when you hear the story of survival, it just touches me in a very particular way. But my people, I want to say that the Jamaican people are really in need of support now. You know, we really are going through it. We really are feeling it as a people. And as a global African family, I just want to reach out to the Pan-Africanists of the world, to all our brothers and sisters in Africa, in the wider Caribbean, and I want to send out also my condolences to the people of Haiti and to the people of Cuba, who were also hit by this storm, but not as devastated as Jamaica. But nonetheless, Jamaica, Haiti, and even some part of Dominican Republic have been hit as well. And I want to reach out to those people and have them in my thoughts. And the people of Cuba, they are our brothers and sisters as well. So we just hope that they can recover and they can get the assistance and support that they need. And I just want to call on to the African world. We need to pull together. Whenever we have a disaster, we have to put everything aside and deal with saving the lives of our people. No matter what our political affiliation is, no matter what our ideological alignment is, we have to put that aside. We have to focus on building our people, focus on rescuing our people, providing assistance and support to our people, and that is where my heart is right now. And I want to commend the diasporan community, you know, all over the world right now. They're really coming together. The aid is pouring into Jamaica. There are, as you can see, these are more of the aerial view from some of these outlets that was broadcasting in this region. As you can see, it's just more and more images of the disaster that struck that area. And now we're into the rescue, you know, relief and rescue phase of the recovery in Jamaica. And I'm telling you, my people, it doesn't look good right now. A lot of the places are very difficult to reach. The roads are blocked. So much things are happening. And you can see these are the people that need support. The damage is widespread. The devastation is real, as you can see everywhere you look. You know, this is, I think, the Treasure Beach in Jamaica. So, yes, my people. So, we continue to look at some of the images from the aftermath. You can see people are helping themselves, are trying to get whatever resource they can get their hands on to survive, as you can see there. And just giving you a flavor for some of the relief that's taking place. And here you see the international support start to pouring in. The relief planes are coming in, and they're providing, hold on, let me see, they're providing assistance to Jamaica. So you can see here the United States sending in their expert, their search and rescue team to assist Jamaica and to help them with logistics. I think they are going to be providing 8 military helicopters. Those are those massive helicopters that can drop ton load of stuff into remote regions, because many of the roads are blocked. So they're coming in to provide assistance. Why not? We need the assistance. We're going to take the assistance, and we're going to be cautious. As you can see, they're rolling in. They're coming in with all of the expertise and the equipments, and you know how the Americans them do it. And here you have the plane load. They've been loading from Miami with cargo load of stuff coming down. As you can see, the critical supplies are rolling in, and it continues. Here, some of the disaster prepared team, they're gathering at the airport, getting ready to deploy across the island. And I think this is what is needed. And unfortunately, because of our situation, we are left vulnerable as a people. We don't have the technological and the equipment capabilities to respond in a rapid way, in a massive way, to secure our people and to protect our population, because we've been left in a vulnerable position due to our enslavement and the colonization that we have experienced. We have been left to pick up the pieces, and still we're trying to recover from that disaster that has happened to our ancestors. But we are not strong enough, or technologically strong enough, to really deal with these issues on our own. Therefore, we need the assistance from these great superpowers like America, Britain, Canada. You're going to see a lot of support coming from these places, because they know in themselves that we are, as a small nation, is in a vulnerable position. We don't have the capabilities and the equipment and the technological infrastructure in place to really deal with these massive, catastrophic, almost apocalyptic disaster that has reached our country. And this is why this support is coming in. This support is so needed. And, time is very important. As you can see, here are some of those big, massive helicopters that they're going to be using to assist Jamaica in delivering supplies to those remote areas. Because, as you know, many of the roads are difficult to pass through. the amount of debris and trees that has fallen on many of those roads make it almost impossible to pass. And if they do can pass, it's only limited passages, one or two cars, one car at a time, and it's the roads that are congested because so many people are trying to use the roads to get to the west side of our country. Fortunately, the eastern part of our country, which would be St. Andrew, Kingston area, St. Thomas, and even Portland, though St. Catherine as well. A great portion of those regions has not been so badly hit because the hurricane went on to the west side of our country. I should have had a map here. Let me see if I can pull up one right quick. Map. Melissa. Over Jamaica. Let's see. I can show you what it actually looks like over the country. Can we use this one? Let's see if we can get this one. These are mostly YouTube. Okay, so it shows the map. We're not going to get the map there. Storm Melissa. Okay, let me see if I can do it there. I wanted to show you the way our Jamaica is divided up, so you can get an idea. You may already know, but I'm just trying to be thorough. But this is Jamaica here. This is the west side of the country here, a little dot. So most of the eastern side didn't get as devastated as that side there. But there's another one. So here's so this is the hurricane came through that little section there, right along the screen there. As you can see, that line right along there is where the surge took place. But I'm unable to get a image. Anyway, maybe the algorithm hasn't caught up yet. But, because most of these images are coming from YouTube. They're actually videos, but the images actually been indices on images. But anyway, you get the idea, my people. It is what it is. So, our country right now, Jamaica, is in trouble. We need support. We're in dire situation, and we need support. And as a Pan-Africanist, I can only reach out to the Pan-African world and saying that, Jamaica needs support. We are in a dire situation. We're trying our best to recover, to rebuild, to do what we can. And it's utter devastation, my people. There's no other way to explain it. Some of the stories that are coming out are deeply, they're heart-wrenching, they're painful to listen to, they're painful to watch. Most of these people, they have lost everything. They have lost their home, their clothes, there's no food, there's lack of water, but, there is hope. Jamaicans are very resilient people, and they would do whatever it takes to survive. And they're making use of, all the shops that has been destroyed. Many of the goods are going to waste. They're trying to make do with the supplies that is available there. And they're keeping up the spirit at the moment. Some of the elderly, I see, they're very broken. They're heartbroken, you know what I mean? And they're wondering why and how and if help is coming. But I'm telling you, my people, help is on the way. And to my Jamaican people, if you're in Jamaica and you're hearing this report, trust me, help is on the way. The people are mobilizing in the United Kingdom, in the UK. People are mobilizing in the United States. They're mobilizing in Canada. The supplies will be coming. It's just now up to the government to be able to organize how to distribute this supply to the population. How they're going to work out these logistical areas in these devastated region, to be able to make sure that the supply gets there, the supply is secure, and is distributed in a fairly efficient and a fairly effective and a fairly fair manner. So those are some of the challenges that the government will have. I must say, I must commend what I've seen from this empirical observation. The government is doing all the things that a government should do. If I was the prime minister or the president of that country, I would probably be doing the same thing to get relief to the population. And I've watched it carefully, and I'm very critical. And this is me being very critical of these neo-colonial governments. But in this disaster, they have taken very appropriate steps to minimize damage and to increase a response that can prevent further damage, further loss of life, and to get the population back up. And I know that there's been directives right now to restore the water system, restore the lighting in the country. Communication line will be restored in the country. So on that, I will continue to monitor and see how that is being deployed. Also, I want to commend the Jamaican people who have taken the initiative to help to fix up their place, to remove debris, to clear the roads. The camaraderie that I saw in this one, I saw some of it when Hurricane Beryl had hit Jamaica. I saw some of that camaraderie, and I'm seeing it in full effect here. People take it upon themselves to take up their machete, their cutlass, and get their power saw and start to clearing the roads to make it a way so that ambulance and relief supplies and people can reach their relatives. And I'm seeing that taking place, and I want to commend Jamaicans for doing that, for just taking and help yourself. Because remember, the government is of the people, and the people are the government. The ultimate government in any country are the people. That is the real government. So you have to take it upon yourself. You can't expect those who are set to represent the government to do everything, because in a disaster like this, they cannot be everywhere and do everything. We have to take up some of the responsibility and do for ourselves, and still hold them accountable to come and to release resources that they have in their possession. So whatever authority they have to get things done, we have to just pressure and hold them accountable that they will manage this disaster in a very appropriate way. There will be accountability for the resources that's coming into the country, the resources that the government have available to itself, that from taxpayers resource that they have that is ready to be deployed to in these type of situation. We got to make sure that there is no mismanagement. There is no nefarious activity that will take place. So but at the same time, we have to do our part, play our part in helping each other. And I love that about Jamaican people. We come together and we help each other, and we respect that to the maximum. See, and those abroad, I'm connected with many who are definitely trying. They're mobilizing from early. Matter of fact, boy, I love the people in Florida. They've been mobilizing before the hurricane hit. They prepared themselves to start to deploy their relief supplies, and that is be commendable. Right now in the UK, they're calling for volunteers to help pack the stuff, to sort and pack and ready to ship the stuff out. And we have to commend them as well. And if you are in the UK, there are numbers for you to call. Matter of fact, I had some contact numbers here, but you can actually contact people. There's a sorting office for relief supplies in Croydon area in London that is going to be dealing with packing and sorting real relief supply to go to Jamaica. See it. And in Florida, there's many of them. If you go online, you can see many of the places that are responsible for that. I do know that, and if I go back up here, and go back here. Let me see if I can find the one in Jamaica. I know say this is the one now. Them have one called supportjamaica.gov.jm. This is where you can go to support. If you're not in Jamaica, you're around the world, you can donate. As you can see, there's a donation button. You can report incident if you've been, had difficulties, and wherever you are, you can actually report if there are any roadblocks. You can report damages. You can share photos and videos, and so forth. And so there will be people available to assess these incidents that you've been reported. And then there's a list here that is of what is needed for the relief. They're saying that they need batteries, they need beddings, they need cots, they need flashlight, they need lantern, they need mattresses, pillowcases, pillows, ropes, bungee cords, tarpaulin, mobile storage unit. So these are some of the top priority that is needed in the country. Water, sanitation, and hygiene, debris clearance and tools such as power saw, cutlass, you name it. Health supplies, and I'm sure they're going to be needing like antibiotics and all kind of other stuff, bandages and so forth like that. Environmental health, agricultural, and livestock. So there's so many different areas in which you can contribute, and the numbers are here on the screen, where you can call to give your support. There's an email address here on the screen. Hopefully you can see it, where you can actually email and send your support, and also the address is there. So yeah, this is the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management in Jamaica, that's been set up to actually deal with the disaster in Jamaica right now. So this is just a preliminary list of what is needed, but trust me, my people, the people that need so much. It's just amazing, so much they need right now, from the disaster of Hurricane Melissa, a terrible disaster that come down upon Jamaica. And as you can see, the helicopters, I think 8 of these helicopters will be made available to Jamaica. And the beauty, one of the effectiveness of these helicopters is that they can actually land anywhere. So they can land in remote region. They can be able to take relief supplies, medical supply, and drop them in a particular region. So I'm looking for the government now to be able to set up team on the ground, to be able to build even temporary storage facilities to where they can store these supplies in that region and protect them, and to be able to distribute them in a very effective way. So that is the power of having these big old helicopters, military grade helicopters, which under normal circumstances the Jamaican government does not have. So he said the relief, they're coming in, by the ton load. So I expect it to be a lot of relief coming in, and I expect a lot of people to be supporting Jamaica, because Jamaica is one of them unique countries, that's loved all over the world. Jamaica is a very iconic place. The people is iconic. Our music is well known. Our personalities are very known. And to the Pan-African world, that Jamaica is the birthplace of Marcus Garvey, and this is a very special place to African people wherever you go. And I want to also thank the people of Kenya for their support. I know that, Team Mawa has been sending their support. I've seen some of their prayers that they're sending for Jamaica and sending their support. And I want to thank you on the behalf of Jamaican people. I've seen Zimbabwe send support, and other places across Africa are sending their support, sending their love, their prayers to Jamaica. And I want to say thank you for your support, and know that Jamaica appreciate you and appreciate the support. But in this time of disaster, my people, it's going to take a long time to rebuild. And I know I am monitoring this from many angles, and I know there's many theories about why the hurricane was so devastating, what is going on with hurricane, with weather. Is the weather being controlled? Is this some kind of nefarious manipulation of nature? Is it a weapon? All these are questions that I'm hearing thrown out there. But for me, I am sticking with the facts. I'm sticking with the situation that we have on the ground. The needs are so great right now to deal with. Let's just focus on what we know, what we can prove, and whatever evidence come out, I would like to see it. I'm open to the evidence and to look at all these different angles. But at the moment, my main focus is on watching our people develop back, build back stronger, and I believe that Jamaicans will build back stronger. But Jamaica is a very resilient place. And I tell you, they will build back stronger, and they will need the support to really build back stronger. So I want to thank you, my people. This is a sad moment for us. This is a sober moment for us. And the pain is real. The suffering is real. The needs of our people is real. We have a lot of problems right now. Anything that can be given will be appreciated right now. It's not the time to squabble over anything and to point fingers. We can do that later, after we get our people back on our feet. And Jamaica right now needs the world support. And I'm looking forward to seeing Jamaica rise again. So thank you. This has been Clear Thinking with Brother Dulani. And I want to thank you for listening to this program. Continue to support this program, my people, as I give you my analysis of what's going on in Jamaica. Thank you. Walk with me, people. Until next time. Greetings, African family. Greetings, family, the global community.